Good morning. Let's take a quick look at gold stocks, gold and silver, starting with the daily chart of GDX. First thing I wanted to mention is something I did not mention in the past because I frankly didn't notice it. A negative divergence by RSI, which certainly was not negative to the rally, which kept on going, but it did foretell the last two pullbacks, or two of the last three pullbacks in GDX. That was the first one, and then most recently this negative divergence to this new high foretold the current pullback that we're managing now. As already noted, I'd like to see this gap get filled. That would also test the downtrend channel's upper line. We'll take a better view of that looking at HUI in a minute. So I think there's unfinished business here, at least technically. If we're looking at it with unbiased eyes, we are seeing the ETF below the 50-day average, the uptrending 50-day average, I might add, along with the uptrending 200-day average down here. This could get tested, but we're really looking for a higher low to see here, which corresponds with clear support as well. So to me, that's the worst case scenario within a healthy continuing rally. If we come down here to test this and lose that low, it's less healthy, it's more of a concern, and I would have to be wondering what is going on in the broad markets that might be creating such pressure. So anyway, GDX has seen its RSI, daily RSI, near to the point that has ended the last two pullbacks. So it's a candidate to end the pullback and rally it at any time. But again, I'm looking for this gap, and I'm looking for a potential test of the breakout, which leads us to HUI, which I want to get rid of some of this noise here and look at on a weekly chart view, and that's the state of the breakout now, which is fine and dandy, completely normal. And as I had mentioned, I think I mentioned previously, the first breakthrough was probably doomed to break back down into the channel. And that's just the way markets roll, especially the gold stock sector. It's going to be volatile. It's going to test you. And that was a test in week, a smash below and a hammer back, and then a recovery. So I'm guessing that really all HUI needs to do, and probably will do, is to test the upper bound of the downtrend channel, which is meeting the weekly EMA 20, which has been support all along the rally. And that would fill the gap we've been talking about on GDX as well. So that's all systems go the way I see it, and per the continuing analysis. I do want to blow this up a little bit again and look at that beautiful picture. You can see that it got a little peppy with the MACD lines separating a bit here and RSI jumping. You know, even the monthly chart got overbought to a degree. Nothing major, but it did get a little jumpy. And so that's being addressed now. And RSI is coming back down toward its moving average, EMA 20 on the weekly. And it just looks completely normal, and that looks like a buying opportunity right there at the upper support at let's call it 286 or so, plus or minus, of course. And then the target, the upper target is, may as well draw it in here now, this resistance at 500 plus or minus. 505 there. Yeah, and you can see a lot of noise in there. So we're talking about you know, anywhere from 520 to 497 or so. But we're still on the bullish plan. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and this thing is baking now. And what it wants to do is test this high, the 373 from back in 2020, and it wants to break through and make a new high. At least that's the bullish scenario I'm envisioning. But let's let it play out. As usual, markets will go the way they're going to go, and all we can do is allow for possibilities and probabilities and not overreact when things remain on track. Moving to gold, yikes, go to a daily chart here. It's just normal. It hasn't even threatened the first support level. Right here. Gold is normal. Gold is not overbought on the daily chart. And, you know, I'm hearing a lot of negativity out there, but I don't see it on this chart, quite frankly. It's just a chart, but I'm certainly not going to react to something that I don't see. So others may, I don't. Gold is fine right now, technically. Silver, on the other hand, let's actually paint this red now. I had colored it orange on the first breakthrough or one of the attempts to break back upward through it. Silver has held below the SMA 50, and that keeps it vulnerable. It's below its EMA 20. This is a daily view. And it looks vulnerable to a test of the 200-day moving average, which is rising, trending up. And it's all normal to what we had originally anticipated for silver. So it's not saying it has to do that, but that is what it is poised for. As long as it remains below the 50-day average and doesn't make highs above here, let's say, it's in lockdown and probably wanting to test this low or the 200-day average. If we have some kind of event in the markets, moderately concerning event, I guess, we'd be looking for a test of this pattern, neckline, breakout line, and the associated support. Okay, let's wrap that up now, and we'll talk soon.